the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Let's get into the predicted lineup and let's start off talking about the team news going into the game.
Yeah, he said on Mickey van der Ven he is touch and go going to this weekend. He is on the grass. He was on the pitch yesterday, but whether he's fit for the weekend, we'll have to wait and see. He said it's a minor problem, but we'll have to wait and see. Interesting updates about Richarlison and Porro. Porro's not on this. Actually, Porro should be added there. Porro, they're looking at the North London derby potentially for a comeback there, that kind of ballpark, but obviously they're going to be out for the next few weeks. Madison, Kulusevski, Kudus, Ben Davis, Richarlison, Lucas Bergvall and Bentancur, all long-term injuries. I think Kudus, Bergvall and Bentancur not going to be seen till April. Davis out for the season. Madison, Kulusevski and Davis, Madison, Kulusevski, we don't know really. It could be all the season, to be honest, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, I think we've seen the last of Davis in a Spurs shirt, in my opinion. But Richarlison and Porro potentially the next two back, and also, we'll see what happens after that.
On Madison, some encouraging pictures he's posted of him in individual training. Yeah. Obviously, I don't think he's anywhere near a return, but obviously he's back on the grass, it seems, and he's doing some good work. So hopefully, maybe he'll be back before Decky at this point, which is crazy to think. He did an ACL 3 months after Decky did his knee injury and could be back before him.
It's mad.
We haven't seen any
nothing. I mean,
photos of Decky on the grass.
I mean, wasn't there that Decky was back on the grass like months ago, and then he came off the grass, and then
it seems as though there's
definitely been a setback there.
The thing is, when we talk about setbacks with the Decky one, apparently it's just such a unique injury. They actually don't really know the timeline. There's not really a roadmap for that timeline. Like with ACLs and stuff, you kind of know. Whereas with Decky, it's like we can call it a setback, but he might not have been ready. You know what I mean? We just don't know.
Well, if you remember that Decky interview from, it was ages ago, he was like, I think I'm going to be back in October time. And then and then the people were saying, the news actually coming out was saying it's going to be more December time. So it seemed like back then there was a time frame. But now there seems to be no time frame.
That's my point. They don't know. They're just guessing at that thing at this point, because I don't think they really know. With this injury, it's such a unique one. I think it's hard to know. It's hard to know when exactly he's going to be ready.
Like, only Spurs get these kind of injuries, I swear. Like, do you remember when Lamella got that hip injury? Like, that was also this really unique injury that nobody knew anything about.
And then he had surgery on one side, then he had to have surgery on the other side. Same with Sessegnon, I remember. He ripped one hamstring, then he ripped the other one as soon as he got back. Yeah. And he had to have surgery again. Like, these injuries are crazy. And I remember Lamella, who was manager at the time? Might have been Poch, or I can't remember, but literally every press conference was like, he's nearly here. And just went on for months and months and months, nearly. Yeah. And it was almost like a year later, does he exist? Is he alive? Same with Solanke. Decky was a knock apparently, and now he's out. He's going to be out for a year. It's just this club.
But anyway, let's get into it. It's going to be a 3-4-3 formation.
That's what we're going with.
As per usual, as we've seen over the last couple of weeks. And I think it's probably the best formation to combat Manchester City as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think the way Man City set up, having those three centre-backs, but also having the combinations with Xavi and Odegaard with pace in behind with Solanke, who, by the way, I was watching it back, the goal. What pace he showed to run in behind there, because if you see where the header came from, he was a few yards behind.
Yeah, that's what I said to you at the time. He was showing a really good turn of pace.
Incredible, which is great to see him in that kind of looking that sharp. And obviously he had the composure to finish. So, I think that is going to be crucial against this City side who will need to win, don't they? They have one kind of aim here. They have to get 3 points. A draw is not good enough, so they're really going to go at us. Yeah.
So, in goal, Guillermo Vicario.
Yeah, Kinski might be on his way out, so we don't have to start talking about that at the moment.
The back three, Mickey van der Ven is a doubt. Are we thinking he's going to play?
I've got the feeling he will, but obviously it's a risk, isn't it? Because Frank's going to get pelters if Van der Ven starts and he gets injured, given the fact that we've heard he's a doubt. Touch and go.
But he trained. He did train.
He's on the grass. Also, another element is we do have a week break between this game and the United game. So could you say, just leave him out and give him 1 week and then he's going to be fully ready, or do you risk him for this game? It is an important game though for us, as well. as you say, we need the points right now. So do you risk it if he's touch and go? When it came to Paulinho, he was touch and go for, game was it, Burnley, and he decided not to risk him and play him against Frankfurt because we knew we needed him. But the thing is, if we don't play him, do we play Paulinho there? Do you play...
Could play Dragoshin
there? Do you have options?
I would hazard a guess to say Mickey van der Ven will play this game. I think he will play.
I've got a feeling he's going to play as well.
Yeah, so I think that it'll be the back three of Van der Ven, Romero, and Kevin Danso.
Which played against Burnley. Played against Burnley. He did say he was close to the Frankfurt game, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
that's the back three. Right wing back, obviously our only option really in Jed Spence.
Yep, has to play there. And I think I'm actually in this kind of game a bit happier was having Spence there, because I think with his athleticism, I think obviously I heard Doku's injured, so he won't be that much of an issue. But he's obviously much better defending in those one-on-one duels, and I think physically he can dominate a flank a bit more than Porro, but Porro's obviously just so much better in the final third. But I think for this game specifically, we're going to need that physicality, so I'm happy with him there.
So who's he going to come up against? Because Jeremy Doku's injured. Obviously, Spence and Doku know each other well from their days at Rennes.
Savinho's out.
Savinho's out. So will it be Semenyo?
Maybe, or Semenyo will definitely on one side and Cherki on the other. So actually, probably will be, because probably Cherki will be on the right. So probably Semenyo.
Yeah.
Although Semenyo, interestingly enough, said the toughest fullback he's ever faced is a doggy. So that's interesting thing to comment on.
It could be like very much a rotation thing throughout the game, you know, how Pep Guardiola likes to do. But so Spence right back, a doggy left wing back.
Yeah, 100%. The only worry for me with a doggy is if we had another option, would he be playing this game given his injury history? We've been easing him back in to the fray. He obviously had to play 90 minutes against Dortmund. He then... Did he start against... didn't start against Burnley, but played 45. Then another 90 minutes against Frankfurt. And probably going to have to play another 90 minutes on Sunday. Let's hope he's all right. I'm sure they wouldn't play him 90 minutes if he can't handle it. But yeah, that's the only worry I've got with him, because he's so crucial to us right now, because we don't have any other fullbacks. So I'm slightly worried about that. But I don't think we have an option, do we? So yeah, a doggy in left wing.
We don't have an option for the next, probably until the Arsenal game,
unless
really.
Robertson comes in.
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. Sousa's obviously Sousa's an option, but will he be on the bench, you reckon?
I think
he was on the bench against Burnley, wasn't
he? No, I think he has to be on the bench. We need a fullback on the bench. You know what I mean?
Just in case.
All right, so those are the fullbacks. In terms of the midfield, this is an interesting one, because I think it's going to be two of Gray, Paulinho, and Gallagher. Now, which of the two do we think it's going to be? Oh, Sarr, yeah, it could be two of the four. Yeah, you're right.
Gray, Paulinho, Sarr, Pasuma.
Yeah, yeah, two of the five. Two of the five. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Last game, obviously, Burnley was Basuma and Gallagher. We then had to play Gray and Sarr against Frankfurt, but Paulinho at centre back. So what does he do? It's a difficult one. It could be any. I think Gallagher's probably the only shoe-in, I would say. Really, I think he has to. He's going to play Gallagher, isn't he? Yeah, look, for me, for what Gallagher's shown so far, he shouldn't be a shoe-in. You know, he needs to earn his spot.
I know,
in my opinion.
I agree, but he has signed for big money, and I think they signed him for a reason. I think they signed him to use him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I still think everyone needs to earn their right to play.
I understand that, but I think there's probably an understanding. He's new to the team, 2 games in. He signed because they believe he's an upgrade on what we have, so I do think they're going to play him. So I think he's the one. I'm fairly certain it's going to be Gallagher, but it's what the other one is a big question. It could be any of those 4 that we mentioned. It really could be. Gray, you could argue, deserves it with a good performance on midweek, and he's been playing consistently. But do we want a senior midfielder next to Gallagher? Well, I guess Gallagher's a senior midfielder, so you could go maybe with the young one. Saab came in and played well. He's obviously provides energy. Basuma's obviously done quite well since he's come in, but he could be on his way out. So do we think about the future rather than Basuma, who could be leaving before the deadline?
There's no real rumours about Basuma leaving. I think he's going to be here to end this. Yeah, it's not. It wasn't a real rumour.
Then there's also Paulinho, who's obviously a senior player. And in this game against City, didn't he win man of the match last time? And he scored a goal and was brilliant. So if it was up to me, who would I play? It's a really tough call. It's a really tough call. I actually think potentially Sarr might be the best option in a weird way, because I think you have that energy and bite with both of them, those players, and both of them are kind of in the double pivot there. They're both kind of forward thinking, and City will be leaving those gaps. And I think those two might be the best players to exploit them, or maybe even Basuma, but I don't know if he's going to start Basuma. I think he might just end up signing Paulinho. But I don't know about Paulinho Gallagher centre mid. I think that might be the worst one to pick, in a weird way. I would only pick Paulinho if it's next to one of the others, maybe not Gallagher.
It could very well be Gallagher and Gray, to be honest. And
Gallagher and Gray, but is there enough physicality there?
And there's also an option to say that if Van de Ven's not ready, Paulinho to go into the back line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think against Man City, he will want Paulinho there. So I think the way he's going to go is Paulinho and Sarr. I've got a feeling Gallagher's not going to play.
I'm pretty certain Gallagher is going to play. Maybe Gallagher goes in the front three.
I hope not.
Maybe he doesn't go back three, but he probably will. You're playing so well. Well, we're better. It's a tough call.
What do you guys think? Who do you think the two in midfield would be? In terms of best performing midfielders right now, who are our best two performing midfielders at this moment in time?
Probably Basuma, and I mean it's hard to say Sarr because it's only one game, but Basuma and maybe Paulinho is actually in decent form.
Basuma and Paulinho, or Basuma and Gray?
Yeah. But maybe he'll bring surprise in the front line. Could he go? I mean, could he? He's going to go back three, isn't he?
At the Etihad, who did we play?
Bentancur, Paulinho. It was a back four, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which he could do again. He could switch it up and go to what worked at the Etihad and put Xavi in the team.
I don't think he will. I think he persists with this. I think he's onto a decent thing with this formation. I think he'll know it'll work. I think it'll work against Man City as well.
What do we think? Some people say Sarr and Biss and Paulinho. Everyone's got a different answer.
That's the thing. It's a very difficult call who plays in this middle two. Yeah, I agree, man. I don't think Gallagher's playing this game.
I think he is. Especially, obviously, he didn't play on Tuesday as well.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, sorry. But then again, does he want to keep it consistency because we played well?
I'm convinced. The one I'm convinced about is Paulinho. I think Paulinho definitely plays.
I'm convinced about Gallagher. I think he definitely plays.
So I guess we'll have to go Paulinho and Gallagher then.
Paulinho and Gallagher. I just think that's the worst two, though. I wouldn't do it. All right. Not the worst two, in terms of a combination, I mean. That's the one combination I don't want to see. I pretty much want to see every combination but that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think you might be that one.
Who's the one that you want to see?
I think maybe Gallagher and Sarr.
So you definitely want to see Gallagher play?
Yeah. I want him to get into the team. I want him to get used to the team.
See, for me, what I want to see is probably... maybe Basuma and Sarr.
Basuma and Sarr?
Yeah, that's probably what I want to see.
Interesting.
But anyway, we're going for Conor Gallagher and João Paulinho. I think the front line becomes a bit more easier to predict. I think Dominic Solanke takes the number 9 spot. Obviously, didn't play in midweek, came on, scored a goal, looked good. And yeah, he's our starting number 9 right now. Left-hand side.
And also, it's going to be crucial him because Guehi's obviously there, but Kuzanov, I think Kuzanov is fast. But I think if you got Solanke backing into you, I don't think Kuzanov is handling that well, in my opinion. If they do start Kuzanov,
yeah, it's a bit of a physical mismatch. That.
Yeah, so I think if Solanke could just pen into Kuzanov and stick to him, I think that's a big advantage we can get there.
I think Guehi might be the more dominant one there. I think Guehi's going to try and match up with Dom Solanke in this game. Left wing, Xavi Simons in the left side at number 10.
Yep, I agree.
And then right side number 10 will be Wilson Odebear.
I agree. I think they're just playing too well at the moment, especially Odebear. You can't leave him out. Obviously, Javi in the last 2 Champions League games as well. So they have to play. Obviously, we do have Tell, we do have Moani. Moani did score midweek. Tell's been in decent form, but I think they're both going to be on the bench. But at least, in this game, we're going to have a few more options on the bench compared to what we had at midweek. So we are, the bench actually isn't looking terrible, considering if this is our lineup, you've got Moani, potentially Souza, Sarr, you've got, who else? You've got Gray, you've got Tell, Basuma. So you do have options there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. There's not looking too thin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dragashin.
Yeah, so decent,
Gone from a bench full of teenagers to no space for one.
Yeah, and look, this is the lineup that we're going to go for. Vicario and goal. A back 3 of Danso, Romero and Mickey van der Ven. Paulinia and Conor Gallagher in the midfield with Spence and Adogi as the wing-back. Solanke up top, supported by Javi Simmons and Wilson Odebear. What's your score prediction?
I said 2-2. Even though we've been horrific, I've just got a feeling we're going to up our game in this one. Also, I do think the likes of a team like City, Frank likes playing against those teams, I think. I think he prefers that kind of dynamic. And I also think they're going to leave space for us. We're going to look to exploit it. I also think set pieces, they're not the strongest on that. That's definitely a place we can get an advantage. So I think this could be a good game for him, and it could be a good game for him at a good time. So I think we're going to get a point in a good performance. But yeah, that's kind of the feeling I get.
Yeah, I said 2-1 to Man City and then predict the Prem, but I actually think Spurs are going to take the points in this game.
All 3?
Yeah, I think we're going to win. I really think we're going to win. We just have something against Man City. Every year we seem to beat them. We've already beaten them once this season. I think Man City obviously haven't been on the best run of form as well. They won last game against Wolves, but before that they didn't win in the last 4 games. They seem to be... I think they're just going to leave us space, and that's what this Spurs team love. So I think we're going to have enough aggression to match them up as well. So I think Spurs are going to sneak this one 2-1. I really do.
2-1.
So that is our predicted lineup. I want to know your predicted lineup and predicted scorelines in the comments section below. We're going to move in to the match preview. Tottenham against Man